What's up, YouTube? I'm Corey, and welcome to my channel, Let's Talk with Corey. I'm back from New Orleans. Shout out to the great people of New Orleans and the state of Louisiana. We're in the French Quarter, but I'm going to go into details about that excursion to the great city of New Orleans, and especially the French Quarter, in another video, guys. But I want to give a special shout out to all of the commenters on my last video talking about the teen flash mob that struck Six Flags over Georgia, and the really good on that video. And a lot of you made some really good points. Guys, I always exclude the ignorant, because on my channel, guys, look, man, I want to stay positive. We're bringing up very important subject matter about what's happening around the country right now, and Six Flags over Georgia just became the spot simply because of some activities behind some young people, whether it was social media or whether it was organized by, a small group that just became bigger. Who knows? But I did say that it possibly was because of social media, but also because it was opening weekend for Six Flags over Georgia. And unfortunately, it became a nightmare for those who were out there trying to have a good time. A lot of you made some good points about bringing up the fact of parenting. I talked about that. I touched on that. I represent a different age and time where young people didn't have to think about whether or not our parents wanted us to go and do what we say we was doing and bring our asses back home safely without any incident. That's that generation that I'm a part of, okay? 70s kids knew how to behave ourselves. Like I said in the last video, yeah, we got into a little something every now and then, but it wasn't to cause criminal mischief and potentially cause harm to others while we're out there having a good time. The definition of a good time has dramatically changed from when I grew up to what people and young people consider a good time today. Now, I'm not going to slam every young person, but I will say this. Hey, responsible behavior is what's expected. Guys, in order for you guys to continue to be able to go out and have a good time as young people, right, you got to know how to act out there in the public, because your parents can't go with you to these places. And the expectation is that we want you guys to be safe, right? And sometimes things happen and they got nothing to do with you. But ultimately, decision making, right, and being in the right places at the right time does matter to us. Okay, now I'm gonna get off the parent soapbox. Let's talk about the other issue. Look, crime don't pay. And when you get out there, you're underage, and they're saying this underage individuals is out there getting into the fights and all this other stuff. Look, the institution is full of young people. Listen to some of these OGs that tell you that, look, you don't want to go to prison. You don't want to go to jail in some of these cities as a young person. Okay? It ain't nothing goddamn that I would say that's glorious about going to prison. There are people that have mistakenly been put in institutions, okay, that didn't do crimes but end up doing time. So young people, please, this is a plea. Hey, change your pattern of behavior before the law itself change on you. And like I was talking about with being put on curfews and things of that nature, where you don't want record, at no young age, no goddamn way. Okay, so let's start looking at changing the behavior so you guys can really go out and have a good time. Bad actors gonna be bad actors no matter what. But for those of you who are out there as young people who are trying to have a good time, whether it's Six Flags, whether there's some event going on in Chicago or California, whatever thing that you're going to do and you want to have a good time, a good safe time, look, control the narrative. Make sure who you running with is trying to have a good time, and that's it. All right, I'm gonna get off of that soapbox. Okay, let's talking about the policing. This ain't nothing new. As one commenter said, Corey, this is nothing new. We've been dealing with this stuff. Well, it's time to make some changes. And law enforcement, I don't think If their just response times are slower simply because of the funding, that's some BS. Okay, because taxpayers pay money for law enforcement in general through tax dollars. And so it shouldn't be no slow response time. We know it's happening, but that needs to change too. But guys, I wanted to just take a few minutes. I want to thank those commenters. I'll put them up on the screen by name. I mean, I just can't say it was so many comments. Again, this is not the place for ignorant comments, guys. I'm respectful of everyone's comments, but I'm not going to be respectful of ignorant comments, right? And down below in my comment section, okay? But guys, I just want to take a few moments. But guess what? I'm gonna have a video about the NO. Shout out to the people of New Orleans and Louisiana. My wife and I, we had a blast out there, okay? Canal Street, all right? We went deep. We went deep down in Bourbon Street. We had a blast. So guys, I'm gonna have another video up talking about our first trip and experience in New Orleans. And you know, when you go down to New Orleans, they're gonna take you to the cemetery if you go on some tours. And we went on some tours, guys. But as always, thanks for stopping by on the pull up. Shout out to everybody that supports this channel. I appreciate all of you. Thank you very much. And until the next time, let's talk with Corey. Let's talk with Corey out.